Mark Rus back here again, Nostalgicon, Mid-Atlantic Nostalgicon, Baltimore 2019, with the tall, the good-looking Mr. George Chakiris. How are you, George?
Hey.
You look wonderful, dude.
God, thank you.
You look fantastic.
Thanks.
Great.
Thank you.
You're here at the show.
Yeah.
You do a lot of conventions with Russ.
Yeah, yes.
How do you like coming out signing for fans?
I love these events. It's
Yes,
especially
sir.
nice because I to come with Russ, you know.
Yes, sir.
But we get to meet you. We get to be in different parts of the States. We get to meet other people. It's all about meeting people.
Yes, sir.
And having a good time. We had having a really beautiful time.
Good,
Absolutely,
good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We're so happy to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, but
You've had, God, such a career. You've done so much. You still are out. You're meeting people.
yeah.
When you became an actor, what gave you the bug? What really said, this is what I want to do for a bit?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. When I was a kid, 6 years old, there was no theater where I lived. Nothing like that.
Wow.
We just grew up with movies.
Right. Where did you live? Where did you grow up?
Tucson, Arizona.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just about out of the city, but out in the sticks, I guess.
Yes, sir.
I just fell in love with movies in that world. I didn't know what it was, but I would go see a movie, and I'd live with that movie till I saw the next one.
Yes, sir.
In my imagination.
You had a love for
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. So we all know what that's like.
Yes, sir. We do.
But I didn't know that it was acting, singing, and that. I didn't know that the people actually had to do anything. I thought everybody did that.
Right.
But I fell in love with, I suppose, performing without realizing it from a really young age.
Yes, sir.
And I love where it took my imagination.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. And it just went from there.
Absolutely, yeah.
If there's another career you could have done, what else did you like? What other things?
Well, let's see. I have a line of sterling silver jewelry.
Yes, sir.
I've been playing around with that for a while. And I had a nice time doing that small little thing. But you know, when I think about it, I think if I was going to pick another career, I would pick something that would allow me to help other people.
Nice.
I don't know, a lawyer.
Wow. Something that's
taking care of.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I got to touch on West Side Story. How did they come to you for the role? Were you chosen? Did you have to audition?
Yeah, yes, I did. Well, let's see. I went to New York first time in 1958.
Wow.
I've been working in movie musicals for starting in 1953, something like that.
Yes, sir.
But they were making the transition to television, so the movies weren't as frequent, and there wasn't as much work for that. So,
yes, sir.
So I decided to make the move to New York. I bought a one-way ticket to New York. I had some friends who'd already made the move, so they put me up on the couch in the living room. I had a place to stay, and they knew everything that was going on. One of them worked for Roger Stevens, who was a huge Broadway producer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they knew what was happening with West Side Story at that time. West Side Story had just just achieved its first year anniversary in New York.
Yes.
Been playing for a year.
Sure.
At the Winter Garden Theater.
Yes, sir.
So these friends of mine said, go to the Winter Garden Theater, ask for Ruth Mitchell, who was the stage manager. She since became Hal Prince's associate producer, but at that time she was the stage manager. So I went to the stage one night after the show, to the stage door. The first person I saw was a guy called Howard Jeffrey, who had been, I knew him from LA, had taken class at the same place, same school. And he had since made the move. He was a tremendous, wonderful ballet dancer, ballet technique. He was already been in ballet theater and so on.
Wow.
But he had since become Jerry Robbins' assistant. So when I go to the Winter Garden Theater, the first person I see is Howard. George, Howard. You know. So it was lucky. It was so great, so great. And then he introduced me to Ruth Mitchell, and she was very, very nice. And she said, I think you should read for Bernardo. So she gave me a script, and she set up a time for me to audition for Jerry. He was auditioning, he was rehearsing Ballets USA at the time.
Yes, sir.
So I guess she gave me a week or 10 days to look at the script, And I read for him a few times, but the first time it was during a lunch break at the Alvin Theater. He was very nice, Jerry. So I read Riff, and then he said, I'm sorry, I read Bernardo.
Yes, sir.
Read Bernardo. I'm kidding. I read Bernardo, and then he asked me to look at the role of Riff. So I took a few minutes, went into the wings, looked at the role of Riff, and came back and read Riff. And then he said he wanted me to learn Cool, and in the theater version, Cool is sung by Riff.
Okay.
So I gave me the sheet music. I worked with a pianist for 10 days or something, came back and auditioned for Jerry again, singing Cool this time. And then, let's see, then I think I auditioned for him a third time, but I auditioned certainly twice.
Wow.
I think a third time.
Yes, sir.
I've forgotten. And on my birthday, September 16th, 1958, I got a call from Ruth Mitchell, who said, told me I had the role of Riff.
Riff, right.
And the same day, I had 7 checks from my California unemployment, $35 each. That was a fantastic birthday. It was a great birthday.
That's fantastic, yes.
But listen, how lucky was that for timing? I was in New York 2 months.
And you got it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So lucky. So lucky.
You were blessed. That's a good thing.
Yes, yeah.
You had danced before you met Jerome Robbins.
Yes.
So how was it learning the choreography with him and everybody else?
Well, I'll tell you, it was, I could say this, the very first day of rehearsal, I thought, I'm never going to be able to learn this. I can't learn this fast.
It's a lot.
But of course, I did, because you had to. But it was different in the sense that all the choreography, all the moves, all the movement is related to character and to the plot.
Sure.
And to what's going on in the story.
Yes, definitely.
So you weren't just dancing, you were acting.
Right.
First day of rehearsal, we all sat around Jerry in a semicircle around him, and he was facing us, and he said, we've got 3 weeks to do this.
3 weeks?
3 weeks. It was, yeah, to learn this, and he said, I want the Sharks to stay over there, I want the Jets to stay over there, and he was already directing.
Yes.
By letting us know that there was sides.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's that.
A lot of people tell that story and they make it sound like Jerry was being difficult, but he's not.
No, but you had to know
Absolutely.
what Jets and Sharks.
Exactly. So anyway, Jerry Robbins. I'm so grateful to Jerry Robbins because he's the one who.
Yes, sir.
Gave him.
Well, there's not anyone in the world that's not going to say you were not fantastic in that.
Absolutely.
Acting, everything, dancing, you were wonderful.
Yeah, thanks. Well,
and,
working for Jerry was.
I bet.
It was just wonderful. You know, without realizing it, of course, the pressure is on to learn.
Yes, sir.
But it wasn't learning. Of course, it was learning steps.
Yeah.
But it was what the steps meant.
Right.
It was.
Well, there was the storyline in every one of your moves and dance. We, as an audience, felt it.
That's absolutely right.
We all felt it.
Yeah.
That's what was fantastic.
That's what's so beautiful about Jerry's work, because it's not just steps, it's what the characters feel.
You guys were so great. Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
My God.
That was a lucky day.
How about Mr. Wise, working with him? I heard he was really good.
He was very, very different.
Yes, sir.
In his directing style.
Yes.
But the great thing, before I met Bob, I did the show playing Riff for a year and a half.
That's right.
Before the movie, so
you knew Riff. You knew that character.
I knew, but you also learn everything else at the same time without realizing it.
Wow.
A sort of osmosis. You know?
Yes.
And Ken Leroy, the original Bernardo, was so fantastic. I was opposite him every night, so I was learning.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes,
from
sir.
him, and he was amazing. He was just amazing. But Bob's directing style. Bob really, as a director, didn't really direct. He didn't say much. In fact, he said very little.
Right, right.
The thing that he used to say, he was quiet, but he knew what he was. Of course, he knew what he was doing. Wonderful, wonderful filmmaker.
Yes, sir.
And but before a take, if he said anything, he would say there were two things. He said, "Okay, let's keep it alive now." And okay, let's put a little salt and pepper on it.
Ah, so yeah. Get a little.
But I'll tell you what. When they were shooting the taunting scene, the scene where Anita goes to the drugstore,
and they really, yeah.
Rita was sitting outside her dressing room having syrup, and she said, having a cigarette. And she said, about Bob Wise, if he says, "Okay, let's put a little salt and pepper in it now," or "Let's keep it alive now one more time." but the thing is that both of these men, their styles were so different.
Yes, sir.
And I think they worked beautifully together.
Yes, good.
And
fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes together.
All fantastic. Yeah.
Is there one story, one antidote, something that you say about West Side Story, you personally, that no one else knows? That no one knows, anything behind the scenes, anything that you personally, is there anything no one knows about that film that you could tell us?
Well, I don't, we know so much about it.
They're so right.
I don't know if I know anything that nobody's ever heard before.
What's one of your favorite stories?
Well,
personally for you.
Well, let's see. I remember when we were rehearsing shooting the American number. There's one variation where it's just the three guys.
Right, exactly.
In a section.
Yeah, right on the roof. Yeah.
Yeah, on the rooftop.
Yes, indeed.
And there's a double pirouette in there. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. But I was just, in rehearsal. I was doing one because I was trying to feel the traction.
Right.
And Jerry very quietly came up to me and said, "You could do one pirouette?" I thought, no. So of course, but I mean, the way he did it was just really quiet. That's what I remember about Jerry too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There are these stories about Jerry being so difficult and all that stuff.
Yes, sir.
And he was tough, but he was a perfectionist. But he was very quiet.
Okay.
I don't remember him ever yelling or screaming at anybody.
Yes, sir.
Ever.
Fantastic.
And by the way, one of the things that I'll say, I'm so, of all of it, the person that I'm so grateful to have met and have worked with is Jerry Robbins.
Yes, sir.
Because you learned so much from this guy.
I'm sure.
And he was so brilliant.
Yes, sir.
And nothing that wasn't wonderful. He couldn't let anything go that wasn't perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. I think certain people are criticized for being perfectionists and so on, but he really was. And
but it shows in the entire film. It shows.
Yeah, and that means you want it to be better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't be good enough.
Agreed.
You can always be better.
Fantastic.
That's what Jerry did.
Good deal. Fantastic. Yeah. You personally, off time, downtime, what do you like to do? What do you enjoy?
Oh, God. Well, I love being with my friends. Okay. Being quiet. Yeah. I love, I guess being with my friends is being quiet. And I love my dog.
What kind of dog?
A greyhound.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you can go big guy.
One of the big. Yeah, I disapprove of the racing. Yes. But I've had her on about 3 years. 3 years.
Okay.
She's 8 years old now.
Oh, okay.
So she was a racer and she won a lot of races.
Right, but she's yours now, so.
I'm sorry?
She's yours now,
she's
so
mine now.
no more racing days.
What else do I love? Those things come to mind first and foremost, but I have a great, I'm blessed with a really wonderful family.
Good.
Very
good.
Yes.
Well, people come out, they collect memorabilia, they collect your autograph. Are you a collector of anything?
Well, for a while I was a collector of watches. I just felt
like
watch faces.
Wow.
Loved watches.
Look at that. That's like really,
Good old Seiko. So I went through, I was buying too many watches. But I can't say that I'm collector, really, of anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now for you, are you going to come out, do more shows, and sign how?
I hope so. I love doing them.
Yeah.
Especially Russ and I get to come together. So I get
you
to
get
spend
to
time with-
interact. Yeah. Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
It's all good. It's all good.
It
And
really
it's wonderful
is.
to meet people this way. And it's nice when people come to you and they're coming to you because they want to meet you, and it's basically a win-win situation for
It really
everybody.
is.
The mood is always
Yes,
pleasant.
sir.
People have a sense of humor, and I think everybody enjoys it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. How do you like Baltimore? I know you've been before.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it, but
Yeah,
I have
we're
a
on-
feeling I'd love it. Yeah.
Anything you would like to do? Do you have a website? How can fans get in touch
I have a
with you?
website. I have a line of sterling silver jewelry.
Tell us about that.
Oh, okay, I'm
'Cause
not
I wanna-
good at promoting, but
Well, we're promoting for you.
okay, I have a line of sterling. That's a hobby that became more than a hobby.
Okay.
I started going to school and learning how the soldering torch, all that stuff, to learn how to sculpt and create
Wow.
in silver. Whether it's we were dealing wax first and then do molds and so. But I went to Barnesdall University in L.A. A great
Sir.
place to learn different arts. They have painting, all kinds of things. I chose jewelry making. I can't remember why. But in class we start basically in basic things, of course. And the teacher said, she said, please don't waste your money on gold. You're learning just silver.
Right, silver.
Of course now, anyway, but I fell in love with silver. And with time, I wasn't trying to create a collection, but over time, I created a collection.
Yes, sir.
And I got to know the people in the jewelry business downtown and so on. I have a manufacturer that I work with there. And I met a Japanese fellow who's a distributor in Japan. He saw my stuff, and he's now my distributor
Outstanding.
in Japan. So it kind of developed and got
Good.
without me trying to.
But a hobby and a love, and now you get to share it with the public.
That's the nice thing about it, because it's like show business in the sense
Yes,
that you're
sir.
creating something for other people.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's a ball.
That's so great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so wonderful. George, you're so great. We love you at this convention, and we hope to see you. Do you have a website we can, do you have your own website?
Oh, my website is George Chakiris, one word, George. His last name is Tricky, CHAKIRIS.net.
Okay. We're going to check that. We needed to know. We're all going to log on like as soon as you leave.
It's GeorgeChakiris.net.
Very cool.
Or .com, one of those.
We're going to, well, when I do this, we'll do the right one.
Okay, thank
George,
you.
you're so wonderful.
Thank you.
You're a great guy, man.
Thank you.
God bless you
You're
for
a
the
great
interview.
guy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. George Chakiris.